Welcome to a new episode of the Sustainability Channel. I'm Thomas Stanley and I will be your host. And in today's news update, let's have a look here at CNBC, who are reporting that workers prioritize the environment and companies must get on board or deal with climate quitting. According to a 2023 survey, 51% of US workers said that they would consider quitting their jobs if the company's environmental actions don't align with theirs, and 35% said that they already have. The number of quitters rose to 44% with Gen Z and millennial workers, who also said that they would take a pay cut to work for a company that shares their values. And when it came to considering a new job, 77% of Gen Z and millennials said that the company's commitment to the environment would be an important consideration. And with Gen X and older respondents, the number was lower, but still significant, with 69% agreeing. So this is something important for employers to take note of. And within the European Union, we have new information from Eurostat, and in 2022, 23% of energy consumed came from renewables. And compared with 2021, this represents an increase of 1.1 percentage points. And the revised Renewable Energy Directive has revised upwards the EU's 2030 renewable energy target from 32% to 42.5%. And they also have an aim to increase this up to 45%. Sweden leads among EU countries with nearly two-thirds, 66% of its gross final energy consumption in 2022 derived from renewable sources. And after Sweden comes Scandinavian countries and the Baltic countries. So this is good news that we are having more sustainable energy sources. CNBC again reports that climate change has forced millions to flee their homes and Asia is not prepared. As the number of climate disasters increase, more people are also being forced to flee their homes, and especially in Asia. A record 32.6 million internal displacements were associated with disasters in 2022. More than 28.3 million displaced by conflict and violence that same year. 4 of the top 5 countries with the highest number of new internal displacements due to disasters in 2022 were in Asia. And in particular, 4 of the top 5 countries with the highest numbers of new internal displacements due to disasters in 2022 were in Asia. And Pakistan had the highest number at 8.2 million, followed by the Philippines at 5.5 million and China at 3.6 million. And following in this theme, the Ecobusiness website is publishing a piece about Pakistan's indigenous community who are left to battle disasters by drawing on conventional wisdom. And especially it's the indigenous Kalash community has thrived for centuries in the valleys of Pakistan's northern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, and numbering 3,000 to 5,000 people living in Chitral district. The Kalash are reeling from the impacts of climate change. Those impacts have accelerated here during the past decade, many of them exacerbated by excessive deforestation in these very valleys. And Chitral was hit by flash floods in 2010, 11, 13, 15, 20, 22, and 23. And the successive disasters hit Kalash livelihoods hard. For centuries, the majority has relied on farming, tending to orchards, and herding as the primary source of income. With governmental help lacking, the Kalash are proactive in protecting themselves from disasters, relying on their centuries-old worship of nature. Self-governed Kalash committees patrol forest and report logging activities to the police, Forest Department and District Administration. A 2020 study on how Kalash employ indigenous methods to mitigate disasters details how the community strives to limit natural resource exploitation. For example, Kalash dwellings are intentionally built at a distance from streams, and they say that we never build homes or hotels on the bank of the river. And in the absence of proper early warning systems, Kalash wisdom is protecting them from the worst impacts of floods. The Kalash have perfected the art of detecting the sound and scent of an approaching flood emanating from distant valleys. This is really interesting and something for more modern communities to learn from, I think. And this group also live by a rule passed down from their ancestor: never mess with nature. Really important stuff to take note of. And this is the end of this news update. And over and out, live a sustainable life.